All right, let's get started. Again, every time you read a passage, what are you doing? You are immediately reading the title, right? Discovering Purple. You know that passage one is descriptive and factual. You are reading mostly history passage. And today the same. How did they discover purple? You must know this one. This one is different from that one in Cambridge. Because this one to you might look familiar because that passage is really popular. Somehow IELTS in love with this guy, William Henry Perkin. All right, so this is a different passage and with a different set of questions, right? You can check it, and this is, that's what we have for today in the set I have. All right, discovering purple. I guess if you've done Cambridge, you know some idea about it because there is a similar passage. One word only. I have two types of questions. I'm going to very quickly, my goal is to finish passage one in 8 to 10 minutes only. Traditional dyes, okay, they made from plants or animals. I need to find an example for an animal. A purple dye was hard to obtain and extremely something. I need an adjective. All right, so there is intensifying adverb. So I need adjective here. And then William Henry Perkin himself found an old something in his grandfather's house, decided to study. All right, someone, I cannot hear any voice. Can you guys help her? How do you fix that? I am not really, proficient in this regard, so I'm probably technically challenged. How do you guys help her? Okay, microphone bossing, maybe. Okay, Sivarahon, did it work? Did it work? All right, anyways, 1856, he was trying to find a way to make the drug cold something, and created purple solution from a palanite of something industry, began manufacturing dye in his something near London. Okay, it has to be near London. All right, and then called his dye something. All right, then we're going to continue. Hoffman noticed, what did he notice? He noticed Perkin had a talent for chemistry. I guess Hoffman is the word, right? Hoffman asked the Perkin to do some at home during the holidays. The key word is, did he ask him to do at home? That's a key word. Perkin faced challenges, obtaining the raw material needed to produce. Perkin personally sent his new color. Did he personally send his new color to the Empress Eugene? I hope that's how pronounced. The popularity of Perkins at home and abroad led to demand for additional colors. Perkins dyes enable scientists to see certain microbes and bacteria for the first time. All right. Let's go. For 1,000, again, your goal, you keep an eye on the first of each question. Guys, keep an eye on the first of each question because this type of question comes in order, right? For thousands of years, dyes used it to color textiles. We use them to dye, to color textiles. Were made from only natural sources. They were made from natural sources. What kind of natural sources? Historically, colored dyes were made from the roots and leaves of plants. Okay, I need to find an example for, and from certain animals. Among the most prescient of the animal-based dyes were the purple color extracted from snails. So the answer for question number one is going to be what? Snails. All right, so you write that, and you're gonna put one here. Make a habit of doing that, putting the numbers next to lines. All right, make that a habit. This dye was very difficult to obtain. Okay, difficult to obtain means hard to obtain, right? And was outrageously expensive. So the second one is going to be what? Expensive. All right, what's more, colors from natural dyes tend to be quite dull and they faded when exposed. Faded means they lost their color. Fade means to lose their color when they were exposed to sunlight. But all this changed in 1856 when a London teenager made an important discovery. All right, William Henry Perkin, as a teenager, he made a discovery. Interesting. His father was a builder, and the family lived in the fairly prosperous circumstances, meaning they were rich in an otherwise rather disreputable neighborhood, but they lived in a not a good neighborhood. As a boy, Perkins' curiosity prompted early interest in the arts, science, and photography and engineering. All right, but I don't have Hoffman. That's why I'm not looking at question 8. But then one day when he was, exploring his late grandfather's home, he came across a rundown yet functional laboratory. He came across, that means he found an old rundown yet functional, what? You know, right? Laboratory. Right? Laboratory. So the answer is going to be 3. As a student at the what? At the City of London School, right? Perkin became interested in the study of chemistry. His teacher, Thomas Hall, encouraged him to attend a series of lectures given by eminent scientist Michael Faraday. Those speeches fired the young chemist's enthusiasm further. He became determined to attend the Royal College of Chemistry. Perkin's father hoped to convince his bright son to follow in his older brother's footsteps in the more respectable field of architecture. He wanted Perkin to study architecture, so he tried to prevent this at first. But pressure from Hall and the wishes of his son won out, and Perkin entered the Royal College of Chemistry at the age of 15. All right, then what happened? At the time of Perkin's enrollment, the college was headed by noted German August Wilhelm Hoffman. Perkin's scientific caught Hoffman's attention. Within 2 years, he became the Hoffman's youngest assistant. All right, I have Hoffman. Here it says, how Hoffman noticed Perkin's talent. Yes, because Perkin's scientific gifts caught Hoffman's attention. That means the same thing. So the answer is going to be true. Okay, guys, if I'm explaining too fast, you're going to write why it's true. Because notice synonym for his scientific gifts. Gift is another word for talent. Was caught by Hoffman's attention. You know, he caught. Yes, I guess no. His gifts caught the attention of Hoffman. That's the correct English. That's where I'm gonna write 8. Not long after that, Perkins made the discovery that would make him both famous and wealthy. In 1856, okay, that's question number 4. The only viable medical treatment for the deadly disease malaria, quinine, all right, derived from the bark of cinchona tree native. Demand for this drug was surpassing the available supply. Thus, Hoffman made some passing comments about the desirability of substitute. It's unsurprising that his star pupil was moved to take up the challenge. What kind of challenge he's taking up, guys? Was trying to find a way to make the drug called the only viable medical treatment for the deadly disease was quinine. Okay, treatment is synonym for. He was trying to find and make the drug. Drug is treatment, so the answer is going to be what? How do you write it? Quinine, right? Quinine. That's number 4. During his spring holidays that year, Perkins spent his home attempting to manufacture the drug. All right, so there is reference to question number 9 because they're talking about. All right. At home attempting to manufacture the drug from aniline, a product from the manufacture of gas that lit London's streets. All right. Did Hoffman ask his assistants to do that? Did Hoffman ask? No, we do have, but we don't know whether he asked that. So the answer is going to be what? Not given. All right, not given. But I do have an answer for question number 5. I do have an answer for question number 9. He created a purple solution from an aniline, a byproduct. It's a byproduct of the manufacture of what? So you need to write gas. So that's question number, the same line, 9 and 5. All right. Gas industry. So despite this, his best efforts, however, he did not end up with quinine. Instead, he produced a mysterious drug sludge. All right, Then, luckily, Perkins' scientific training in nature encouraged him to investigate the substance further, including alcohol into the aniline at various stages. He finally happened upon a deep purple solution. Perkin quickly grasped that his purple solution could be used to color fabric, thus making it the world's first synthetic dye. All right, there is nothing about raw material. There's nothing about 1857, so I'm going to continue reading. Perkin asked for advice of Scottish dye worker Robert Poller, who convinced him that manufacturing the dye would be well worth it, meaning it would be a good idea if the color remained fast and the cost was not prohibitive. If cost is not high, prohibitively expensive with it, right? Thus reassured, he decided to follow his commercial plans. Over the fierce objections to his mentor, Perkin left college to give birth to modern chemical industry. He was only 18 years old. Wow, the guy was really, smart. With the help of his brother and father, Perkin set up a factory on a site near the Grand, not far from London. So began manufacturing dye in his what? Question number, not site, not often not site. Site means actually location, right? So what's, you need specific building. It's factory, right? It's factory. Like he set up a factory on a site near there. Okay, on a place, site means place, on a place near. So that's going to be utilizing the cheap and almost unlimited supply of aniline, and it began producing the world's first synthetic dye. Question number 10. What's question number 10? Question number 10, guys. He had cheap, unlimited supply. So the answer is going to be what? False. The answer is going to be false because we know that he had cheap and unlimited supply. All right. Perkin originally called his dye Tyrant purple or aniline purple, but then decided to call it mauve. All right. He called his dye what? Mauve, after the French word mellow plant used to make this was name. He fixed it on, and this name is still today. That's it. So the answer is going to be for 7, Mauve. Now I can focus on the remaining questions. The company received unexpected commercial boost. They didn't even expect it. Empress Eugenie of France, when she decided the new color flattered her, made her look beautiful. It soon became the must-have shade. Shade is another word for color, for all the fashionable ladies of France. Not to be outdone. So then look at the queen from France and this queen of England, Queen Victoria, said, no, I'm going to wear one too of the same. This is another word for color too. Okay, so question number 11. Did Perkin himself sent to Eugene? Not given. It is not given. We don't know that. We don't know if he sent or not, right? There's no statement. Not to be outdone, thus making it all the rage. If something is all the rage, it means fashionable. The dye was bold and fast. All right. And public wanted more. There was more demand. That's question number 12. So Perkin went back to drawing board, and between he developed more synthetic dyes. All right, what's the answer for question number 12? Question number 12. True. Yes, there were more, means additional. All right. So the answer is going to be true. All right. And that's where 12 comes from. That's where 12 comes from. It's important to note that Perkin's scientific dye discoveries had effects far beyond the merely decorative. The dyes also became vital to medical research in many ways. For instance, they were used to sustain previously invisible microbes, allowing researchers to identify, okay, this is the lion. For question number 13, what do you think the answer is for question number 13? Question number 13. Some of you choosing true, some of you choosing false. If some of you even not given. Okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna do two things. Perkins dyes enabled to see microbes for the first time, right? So his dyes enabled to scientists to see for the first time. Now here it says, the dyes became vital in medical research. For instance, they were used to stain previously invisible microbes and bacteria, allowing researchers, previously invisible. So isn't it for the first time? Okay, that means if something was invisible, now if it's visible, then you can see it. So the answer is going to be what? The answer is going to be true. The answer is going to be true because it says it was previously, they were able to previously invisible microbes and bacteria, right? Previously, so they're able to see them, allowing researchers to identify tuberculosis, cholera, I guess. All right. So any questions here? That was an easy one because passage one has to be easy, people. Passage one is usually easy. Things are in an exact order, usually. No questions? So what are you gonna do as usual? Every time you do, okay, 11 and 1. 11. Perkin personally sent his color to Eugene. So we know that Empress Eugene decided to wear it, but do we know who sent it? Maybe she bought it from the market, but do we know if Perkin sent it to her? We don't know that. It could be true, it could be false. I don't know. Not given is like when you like, I don't know, it could be true, it could be false. Maybe Perkin did send it, but we don't know it based on the text. 12. The popularity of Perkin at home and abroad led to more colors. Here it says, okay, it was Perkin is from England. In England, it was all the rage too, because Queen Victoria started wearing it. The dye was bold, the public wanted more. And so Perkin started making more dyes. So that was a demand for additional. Public wanted more. That means it led to demand for more colors. That's why question number 12 was true. Question number 10, Perkin faced challenges, faced problems. But here it says it was cheap and unlimited supply. Cheap and unlimited supply means it wasn't expensive, it wasn't limited, he had no issues. So that's why the answer was false. Question number 1, why snails? Because that's the only animal mentioned, that's why. Gotcha, everyone? You got it? Yep. All right, let's move on. All right.